Seek recognition.
Move to strike last word.
Gentleman is recognized.
Oh my goodness. The party that wants to defund the police is now talking to us about being unreasonable, about grandstanding, about fermenting. I think you meant fomenting, but you said fermenting. We might as well go with fermenting.
I corrected myself.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it stinks like it's fermenting. It might be fomenting. I'm not sure which. The party that's responsible for the gas prices that we see at the pump is telling me about grandstanding. Let me think. Oh, yeah, meat prices have gone up. I'm grandstanding. The border is wide open, and we have an administration official telling us it's secure. All of America is united in laughing about that. Crime rates throughout the country have gone up. And this bill is allowing people who have committed crimes to come into the country. The crime rate's not high enough. You now need to outsource and import some more crime. 5 DUIs. That's like the Harvard of DUIs right there. You can't achieve that in kindergarten. You got it. Yeah, that's a graduate degree of DUIs, and you're opposed to it. I'd like to ask any member on the other side, what would be the number that you would say enough is enough? 12? 20? How many DUIs does somebody get before they don't get special privileges from the Democrat Party to come into this country? I'd just like to know a number. And maybe it could be a round number. Let's go in tens, 10, 20, 30, 40. You can't give me a number. This number 5 was picked because it's an outrageous number. There are very few people who survive 5 DUIs. But my friends on the other side of the aisle who are defunding the police, who are spending all their time criticizing the party, the grand old party. You know, you talk about MAGA. I have to tell you, the country was a lot better off with MAGA than it is with a president of the United States who can't even get off a bicycle without falling. I think we're pretty good. And the American people will make that decision in November, again. And I agree with my friends who want to do away with this nonsense of proxy voting on the floor and remote voting in committee. And it's time we face each other. I appreciate the gentleman's comments about how we're grandstanding here. We're grandstanding because the grand old party actually got something done when we were in power. We gave people back their money so they could spend their own money with a tax break. We deregulated the economy. And by the way, that lifted all boats, not just some boats. You want to talk about racism? How much money went to historically black colleges in the Trump administration compared to the Obama administration? Let's talk about racism. But no, you rather talk about giving criminals access to the United States because we just haven't created enough victims yet. We want to create more victims. I've gone to a lot of scenes of drunk driving accidents. I have grieved with families of victims from drunk driving accidents. This bill, this amendment, is an absolutely reasonable and necessary part of what we should be doing. The survivor of those 5 DUIs is lucky, because there are so many people in this country who have not survived the traffic accident from a DUI. This is crime prevention. I understand the party of defunding the police doesn't appreciate crime prevention, but this is crime prevention. And to ignore this and to minimize this amendment is so unfortunate. But I stand with my fellow grandstanders over here. I proudly believe that enough is enough. If you can't accept 5 DUIs, let's have that debate on the floor of the House, and let's see just how many Republicans join you in an effort. I understand you've got a weak record on veterans. You're not going to make up for it with this bill, and I yield back.
Yes.